The Dubai and Abu Dhabi tours forged together for the first time last year to form the UAE Tour. The second edition of the race started today and could be seen as a Sprinters' World Championships. Groenewegen, Ewan, Bennett, Ackerman, Gaviria, Cavendish, Demar, Valscheit, Dainese and Groves all on the start line. There should be 4 nailed-on sprint finishes over the 7-day race, and today was the first of those. 148 kilometres from Dubai to the Dubai Silicon Oasis, almost entirely flat from start to finish. And as such, there weren't many riders interested in using their energy to head up the road this morning. Cherkasov and Scaroni of Gazprom Rusvelo, joined by Tortomasi and Sturnich of Vini Zabu KTM. The main interest for the 4 riders up front were the 2 intermediate sprints over the stage. At the first of those, Stolnic, the 21-year-old from Serbia, opened it up incredibly early. But it didn't seem to do him any harm. He had enough power to hold it all the way to the line to pick up the points and the 3 bonus seconds on offer there. Behind the leading quartet, the bunch was being led by Jumbo-Visma, Lotto Soudal, De Koning Quickstep and UAE Team Emirates. Bora Hansgrohe, though, conspicuous by their absence, Ackerman choosing to keep as much firepower as possible for the final lead out to the line. Coming into the second and final intermediate sprint of the day, and it was Sturnic's teammate Tortomasi who went early. Very early indeed. But with no reaction from the rest, he would comfortably cross the line ahead of his teammate who came across there in second. Their gap, with 37 kilometres of the stage remaining, was 1 minute and 33 seconds. But in the end, as we all expected, they'd eventually get caught. The final 2 of those with 14 kilometres to go. The bunch at this point were at full throttle. A change in direction of the race also meaning some potential for crosswinds, and so the nerves were rising amongst the riders. It would all stay together though, and coming in towards the finish, it was Mitchelton Scott at the front working for Luka Mezgec. The Slovenian was delivered 200 metres to go by teammate Caden Groves, Australian Caleb Ewan in his wheel. Mezgec kicked as soon as his teammate was done, but at the same time so too did Ackerman, and it was the German who was clearly sprinting faster. Try as he might, Ewan unable to come round him, and neither was Groenewegen, who had to come from a long way back. If we take a look at the overhead shots, you can see that Gaviria had been balked by Morkov and De Koning, Ackerman with incredible turn of speed when he went. In third on the day for Israel Startup Nation was Rudy Barbier, who's having a great start to the season, whilst Groenewegen, whilst disappointed, will be given some confidence given the speed he had by the finish line. That's the second season win for Ackerman, who was one of the most successful sprinters of 2019. Here are the results of the top 10. Luka Mezgec having to settle for 5th after a decent lead out. Alberto Dainese in 6th. Marechko, Valscheit, Rojas and Vendrami rounding out the top 10. Tomorrow for stage 2, it's much more undulating. It all starts in Hatta and after 168 kilometres on an out and back route, finishes atop the Hatta Dam. There are no official King of the Mountains en route, but there is a reasonable amount of climbing, not least at the finish. The Hatta Dam is like a wall, but it is short enough to give the lighter sprinters a chance of victory. Last year, in fact, it was Caleb Ewan who stormed up here for the victory. Can he repeat that tomorrow? Well, join us here on GCN Racing to find out. I'll see you then.